3, 2, 1. We are officially live, guys. I am going to hop over to my chat. Trista is just pulling up in the parking lot, so she'll be here in momentarily. Get this muted. Oh man, I can hear the little one. You guys get a sneak peek from Titus tonight. All right, let me pull this back up. All right, what's up, guys? Man, you guys are already packing the chat. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. On tonight's edition of Side Hustle Pros Live, let me get my mic actually close to my mouth. Check 1, 2. There we go. We're going to be talking everything dealing with summer slowdown, and this is just based on our personal experience for the summer so far. We're going to be talking about our summer slowdown. We're going to be talking about our goals moving forward. Just a lot of cool stuff going on right now. So we're going to hop on here, take some Q&A. The other big one is that new electronics account, that 10K challenge that we're doing. So this is basically going to be open Q&A session for all that jargon. First, everyone's saying it's choppy. Okay, let me switch networks real quick. If I lose you, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Let's switch. 3-year-old in the house. What's wrong? Oh no, you smashed the finger. Let me see. Which one was it? Ooh, are you going to be okay? Yeah. Should we brush it off? Did you already brush it off? No? All right, come here. Poor guy. All right, I just switched networks. Let me know if we are better on our video quality.
Mommy, they're not here. I know.
He is a cutie. He's a little whiny,
Come on,
but he's a cutie. He smashed his fingers in the door. Was it in the car door?
No, in the office.
Oh, in the office door. Poor buddy. All right, we're clear. Sweet, we can officially start the show. Let's rewind a little bit. 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? Welcome to Side Hustle Pros Live. We're gonna be talking everything summer slowdown, electronics account, all that fun stuff. You guys get to see a lot of behind the scenes with these live videos, including toddlers running around, wifey getting everything all caught up. And that's what we're all about here on the channel. We're not here to make things fancy, to make them look better than they actually are. Sometimes we don't have a babysitter like tonight, and that's okay. You guys get to chill with Titus for a little bit too. So welcome in the chat, guys. If you guys have any questions, drop those below. We'll be sure to get as many questions answered as possible. I do apologize for being a little extra shiny and glistening. It has been, I can't complain about the heat here. It's been like over 100 in a lot of your guys' states, so I can't complain too much. But we don't have any airflow up in our warehouse area, so even 90s has been like super sweaty here at the office. So it's just been basketball shorts and tank tops for like the last 2 weeks. What would we do without our wives? Can we get an amen to that? I would not be able to do a lot of things without mine. It's amazing. So first question, and I'll just kind of touch base on each of those topics, and then we'll take some Q&A for each one. Does that sound good to you guys? So let's dive into the 10K challenge, and Timothy, I'll answer your question. So our 10K challenge, if you guys did not see, go back to our main YouTube channel, and you can check one of the last, I think it was 2 videos ago, I put that one up. We're basically taking $100. It's a brand new eBay account. It's a brand new PayPal account. So everything started from scratch with it. So I'm not using, for example, I'm not using an Amazon account that's ungated in a lot of stuff because it's an older account. It's a brand new eBay account. Nothing's being flipped for the challenge on Amazon. It's all 100% eBay. I might throw a few local flips in there if it's something that's super big and I don't want to flip online. One item I have now is like 40 or 50 pounds. So I'm kind of hesitant if I want to pay up on the shipping on that one. So I'll keep you guys posted on that stuff. But that's the challenge. I'm taking $100. I'm flipping it into 10K profit. That's after my fees, my shipping, my buy costs. At the end of the day, I want to see a net profit of $10,000, and that's the challenge for that account. And I'm only doing electronics that I'm picking up locally. So thrift stores, Goodwills, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, garage sales, yard sales. That's kind of it. That's where I'm picking a lot of that stuff up. So if you guys have questions about that, if you are not already, we actually have an Instagram account. I'm documenting every single item that is sold. I take a photo of it and I put a little graphic. So I put the source, where I sourced it from, how much I bought it for, and what was my net profit. So net profit being after my fees, my shipping, and my cost. So I'm documenting every single flip that happens, and just type in 100 to 10K challenge on Instagram. You'll see it pop up. But aside from that, if you guys have questions about the 10K challenge or the electronics eBay account specifically, and a lot of people are asking what happens after 10K. Well, then we go for 50K and then 100K, and we just keep growing it. I've always wanted to have my own little electronics storefront, so this was just a great opportunity to both do a cool challenge and show you guys firsthand how to build something up from $100. And you could do this with anything, right? You could do it with the clothing, you could do it with the shoes. You can take $100 and really flip it into any category and make money on it. So if you guys have questions about that, let me know. What's up, wifey?
Hi, guys.
I haven't seen you all day.
We're late.
How was your day?
Good.
Trista just got done doing live listing with the VIP group.
Yep.
She hops on. Well, this was, you did 2 times this week.
Yesterday and today.
She did a bonus day. So she hops on with our VIP group, does live eBay listings. Yeah. Where was that question I missed? Here we go. Timothy asked, are you testing everything you pick up? I've had some trouble testing amplifiers for home stereo units. I'm testing as much as I possibly can. If it's something I just don't have the specific cords for and I don't feel like ordering them. If it's something that's only going to be like a $30 or $40 flip, I'm not taking the extra money and time to order parts and then fix them up and repair them and then list them that way. I'm just listing as is, and I make sure it's clear in the title and the description that they're untested. And I've sold, I think, 3 items so far that were untested. No complaints when they got them, so I'm assuming they worked. But yeah, test as much as you can, especially when you're dealing with any type of amplifiers. If you're, or I'm not, I guess amplifiers too, but I'm thinking about DVD players, VCRs, receivers, camcorders, that kind of stuff. You want to make sure all the buttons work. I had an issue back early Amazon days, my newbie mistake days. I sent in untested electronics, and yeah, don't ever recommend that ever. If you didn't catch that. But I did it, especially 2.5 years ago when Amazon was the wild west. I sent in some untested electronics, and I just sent them in, used acceptable, and I didn't put in there they were untested, which is dumb. You should always do that. And I got a customer complaint that said she spent like $180 on this old vintage camcorder that I bought for like $5 at a garage sale. And she sent it back after a couple of hours that she had it. And she said everything worked great except for the rewind button wouldn't work. So ever since that day, that was like 2.5 years ago, ever since that day, I make sure every button on these things works. If I'm not testing anything, I'm clearly stating it in my listings too. And with
your internet, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were
your
you saying?
Internet not working?
I forgot to switch. I was on the other network.
Oh.
So we have the 2. The other one,
Mine at home was being like weird.
Like 30, 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so there must have been something in the city then, because yeah, before we went live, my internet cut out on that network, so I switched over to the 2.4. Oh. And then I switched back, and it's working. So if we cut out, I'm sorry. I guess we're having issues. All right. Are we at the bottom?
Yeah.
All right. Let me scroll. Over 100 in Eastern Oregon. Which part of Eastern Oregon are you in? I spent a lot of time in the Eregan and Hermiston area growing up.
Did you plug our meetup yet?
Not yet. I should.
So speaking of anybody who's in the Oregon Northwest area, we are hosting a resellers meetup. Doesn't matter what you sell, where you sell it. We're going to have a barbecue, summertime.
Park barbecue.
So it will be Saturday. Did I say Friday? It's on Saturday.
This Saturday.
It's Saturday at 3:00.
Boom.
Message us for details.
They don't have the like the built-in grills at the park, so we're just gonna go buy a little cheap charcoal one and bring it with us, and I'm gonna do up burgers and all that fun stuff. So if you guys are coming, it's kind of potluck style, so if you want to bring a side, go for it. Shoot me a message, chaz@sidehustlepros.com, if you want to get the Facebook event page for that. If you're watching the recording, the Facebook event page is going to be down below in the description, so you can just click on that. We just need a general head count. You guys can show up if you want to. We just need a head count for food.
Yep.
All that fun stuff.
Hashtag road trip.
Road trip. Oh, you're in Hermiston. That's awesome.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time. I spent my summers in the Eastern Oregon area. My grandma lived there, so I just go crash with her for 3 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm. Just message us for details. I don't know if I want to say them over the interwebs.
Over the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Actually, I would love that. I would love if a troll showed up. Because trolls would never do that crap in person.
No.
Never. Keyboard warriors.
Okay. I want to make sure we didn't miss any questions. Are you going to Goodwill every day? I went there the other day and there was not many good electronics.
Wait, who is that?
Our Martin.
Martin. Oh, that's Martin. Are you in McMinnville? I remember a Martin that lived in the area.
Really? Interesting.
Ours
is kind of like
it's really hit or miss.
Flowy, yeah.
Like I walked in at like 11:30 a.m. 2 weeks ago, and I found, and it's right next to my gym, so I go there pretty much every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in at like 11:30 a.m. when it's probably not a great time to go in there, and I found a factory sealed Sony Walkman, sold it for $150 2 days later.
Martin said, I figured you got all the good stuff.
And then other times it's like
so you just gotta beat him, Martin.
Yeah, I'm usually not there at open, so that's a good time to get there. I should start going to open, but yeah, it hasn't been working out for a schedule. I was going every day. I went for like probably 6 or 7 days in a row, and I just pop in, do like a quick little 10-minute run through. I'm not sitting there digging for hours. I'm just quick 10-minute run through. But we had that big shoe load. If you're following us on Instagram, we prepped and shipped 1,000 pairs of shoes. So that took 4 solid days. So I didn't do any sourcing for 4 days. Even yesterday and today, I popped into Goodwill for just a few minutes. I found a couple things, nothing huge. So that's been tough to get out and source this week. So I just went through a death pile and cherry picked. I have a whole table inside of our prep room. I have a whole table of electronics that have just been sitting for months. So I'm cherry picking through the death pile and getting stuff listed. Sweet. Omar, that'd be amazing. We'll get you back up here.
Yeah.
Warm up the jet. Warm up the jet.
You missed a question.
Gretchen won't be here to kick the trolls out.
David.
Here we go. Do you guys have product insurance on your Amazon inventory? Yes. And if you are selling under a Amazon Pro account, then it's required by them. They don't. It's a tricky situation. It's required to carry liability insurance, and you can also get your actual inventory insured as well. You could do all that. We have a gal that we recommend. I'll plug her inside the description below. Ashlyn Haddon is her name, so I recommend her for Amazon sellers. And guys, it's not that expensive.
It's really not.
It's not, and it's required if you're an Amazon Pro seller. Mm-hmm. And Amazon has never made it big bold lettering that it's required, but it is. You're supposed to carry at least $1 million insurance, and it sounds all big and fancy. It's really not that bad. So if you guys need somebody for that, just check the description. I'll hook up her email and all that good stuff. Why do you think the DVD VCRs are selling so good? One, this is my biggest question I get lately is how am I selling stuff? I'll show you guys the stats right now. So, and I haven't been listing every day. That's the thing. I just this week physically we haven't had time to list every day. This is what we're at right now on that account. You guys see? Maybe
go forward.
Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Okay, you can kind of see. We're at $1,544.50 and we just started this account I think it's been 3 weeks, if not 4 weeks, within the last 30 days. I have 26 active. Like I said, I've not been listing every day. We've sold 23 things. And how I've been able to sell stuff so quick is because I'm only buying stuff that shows a sales history. I think too often people on eBay, even on Amazon, I think too often what people are doing, and one of the big mistakes they're making, and the reason why their stuff isn't selling is not because they have bad pictures. It's not because of the listings. It's not because of any of that. It's because you may not be buying stuff that is showing a consistent sales history. You can't just buy something cheap and because you think it's going to sell for a certain amount. You've got to have data to back it up. So when I'm selling stuff like my VCR combos, even regular DVD players, like just standard Blu-ray DVD players are selling well too. I'm selling those quickly because one, they show that they're selling every single week. So if I have something that even if it's a $5 VCR, if it's not showing any sales in the last couple weeks, I'm really not that interested. I want to go for quick moving inventory on this account. The goal is to build up to 10K fast. I don't want to sit here and I don't want to take 6 months or a year to do it. I want to do it as quick as I can. And number two, you've got to price competitively. I'm not saying be the lowest offer, but you've got to price competitively. You've got to take quality photos. You've got to have keywords in your listings. You got to find different little tweaks to make your listing stand out. So for example, for my stuff, instead of taking my main photo straight on the item, I'm just tilting it a little bit. A lot of my photos I'm playing
that eBay tilt.
Oh, that eBay tilt. I don't know why, but I started like really liking how that looked as the main display photo. I'm trying to tilt the item just a little bit.
Your photos are really good.
They're getting there.
They're really good.
For her to say that is like painful a little, I know.
It's not. I think you're doing a great job.
I put a lot of practice. I'm just using my phone, guys. I'm just using my phone. And we have 3 really good lights. So I think the lights definitely play a role. And I started taking my ring light, big circle light, started taking the ring light. Instead of putting it straight on the item, I'm using that as my overhead. So it's looking down. I think that's really helping just illuminate the actual item. And then we have our 2 soft boxes I put down on it. But at the end of the day, you've got to buy stuff that's in demand. Just because you're buying cheap electronics or you're buying anything at a good price doesn't mean it's going to sell. Even if you have the best listing, the best photos, it just might not sell because it's not in demand. So I can go through and scan 10 different VCRs or DVD combos, and I might only buy 1 or 2 of them just because I'm going for the stuff that's in demand and selling quick and for above a $50 price point too. That's my other thing I'm being picky on is my price points. There's so much stuff I've skipped in the last 3 weeks because I can only sell it for like $20. And I am selling some $20 items, but I'm only paying like $1 for them. But with Goodwill prices, it's usually $5 minimum for any type of electronic. 10 to 20 is more average around our area. So I'm paying between $10 and $20. So I need to have at least a $50 sell price for it to make it worth my time.
So when shipping heavy items, we usually go FedEx Smart Post. Were you saying you found something that was like cheaper? A little cheaper?
I don't know if this is new or because I haven't checked before. Have you checked the home delivery before? So we sold it was a VCR or a receiver. They're about the same size. I don't remember which one, but I sold that and it was going to be FedEx. I actually took a video. It's on Instagram. That's what it was. No, it wasn't Instagram. It was YouTube. There's a video on YouTube where I showed you that FedEx Smart Post was actually higher in price than home delivery. And home delivery is someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a 5-day delivery versus Smart Post, which just says up to 8. It's like 2 to 8. Yeah. So I was shocked. Home delivery was actually cheaper. So that's another option. So what you do is you make sure that whatever you set your listing to, so if you say it's going to be 2-day priority, when you create the listing, you can't ship it FedEx Smart Post. You've got to have it delivered within that time frame that you promised the customer on that listing. So for example, if you have USPS priority, which is 2 to 3 days, but you can actually fit it first class, that's still 2 to 3 days. So you can do that. So I just go through the drop downs and I'm cherry picking which one's going to be the best price and get it there the quickest. Prime example is I sold a toner. I think I shipped it out yesterday. And usually I ship my toners FedEx Smart Post because it's like $12 to $13 on average, depending where it's going. This thing was about, I think it was $11 or $12 to ship FedEx Smart Post, which would take up to a week. And that's what the listing stated. It was going to be FedEx Smart Post. So I was perfectly fine to ship that way. But I selected the drop down for USPS priority, which is 2 to 3 day shipping. And it was only $15. So just for $3 more, that customer is going to get that product 3 or 4 days quicker. And that's a higher chance that I'm going to get a positive review out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, typically Smart Post FedEx for heavy and distance is going to be your best option. We've got to do a video that breaks down like all the different shipping methods and based on like what type of item, because shipping like a shirt or any type of clothing item is way different than shipping a VCR or an electronic. Yeah. So we need to sit down and map out like a video series for you guys. I think that would help out.
Omar, we used to do printers. We haven't done any printers on this new account. And We got a lot of printer returns. It was really frustrating.
I may have scheduled a printer pickup.
Okay. So I guess we're doing printers
Just an
now.
FYI. I'm only going to do high margin printers. I'm not going to, I did a lot of printers on Amazon before.
There are a lot of high margin printers, though. You just have to be careful. They can get pretty heavy. And so just make sure you calculate the shipping correctly.
Yeah. And just be ready for a customer return. Electronics in general is kind of like clothing and shoes. It's just a higher return category. So when you're dealing with expensive items, if someone's paying, $150, $200, all the way up to like $300 or $400 for a printer, don't spend that money too quick. Just, give it a couple weeks and make sure it's not going to be a customer return. That's why I stopped doing so many printers, because especially garage sale season, you buy them for $10 and I sold some for $400. It was ridiculous. They were crazy. But it's a great profit to have until you get that customer return for $400. Yeah. It's not so fun then. So cool. After having a few of those, I'm like, for the extra prep and the extra supplies and bubble wrap that goes into a printer, I'd rather focus on, smaller items like a VHS player or something like that.
One tip though, if you are going to do printers, we would always make sure that the ink cartridges were out of them when we shipped them, just so that they wouldn't explode during transit and make a huge mess.
And state that in your listing too.
Yeah. Welcome the hidden stash. It's our first time on
first
the
show. Awesome. Welcome. I'm going to get this fan over here. I'm like sweating.
I know, he's so shiny.
I've been here all day too.
So this is a good question. I haven't sold any of the items on eBay yet. Should I just keep being patient, or is there anything I should do? I posted my first item on July 17th. eBay name I won't say over the YouTubes, but I would say July 17th was 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, be patient, but also continue to keep consistently listing if you have items around your house that you don't want anymore. If there's a sales history, like Charles said, don't just put up junk that nobody's going to want to buy. But if there's stuff around your house, or maybe you're sourcing, continue to list. And the more activity that your account sees, the higher chance that you're going to sell stuff.
With that too is I would want to know, how many listings do you have up total? Mm-hmm. And like Trista said, and Gretchen mentioned it here too, consistent listing every single week. eBay doesn't like eBay, Google, YouTube, all the search engine platforms kind of work the same way. They would much rather you take 10 listings and spread those out throughout the week and with consistency. So just a couple a day versus all 10 just on Sunday nights. So that consistency really does help you out as far as getting your stuff actually in front of people when they're searching for those terms. The other thing is, what kind of products do you have, right? Certain categories, like clothing kind of takes a dip during summertime. It's going to start picking back up here pretty soon. Mm-hmm. Even recently, just when you ran those auctions, that really helped boost the clothing too.
Right.
But yeah, type of clothing, the demand for it, the keywords, the photos, there's no one thing that's ever wrong with a listing. Sometimes there is, but how I look at it is eBay is kind of like a combo lock.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone's looking for the one thing to make your eBay listings rock. And it's not just one thing, it's a combo lock. Yeah. So if you've got 6 different numbers you got to have each one in the right place at the right time for a customer to come along and unlock that thing and make the purchase. So I don't think it's
not impossible. It's just, make sure your photos are the best that they can be. Make sure that you have good keywords. Turn on offers if you are willing to negotiate or take offers. Turn on auctions if you're willing to do that. Just play with stuff until you kind of get a routine or a rhythm down.
That's awesome. Someone just tagged us that they're watching the show right now on Instagram. If you guys ever tag us on social media stuff, by the way, I love seeing that. I love seeing when people actually take the advice that we give and do something with it. So thanks for the tag. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool.
P.S. Thank you to everyone. We got 116 viewers right now. So thank you to everyone taking the time out of their evening. Mm-hmm. We are doing an hour later than usual right now. So we just appreciate you guys taking time to be here and watch this. If you enjoy this content, the videos, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help out the channel, and that helps support us. So thank you guys.
Yep. We have a lot of new flippers in here tonight.
We do. Great. I love it.
Yeah. What is the minimum return you are looking for with electronics?
In the beginning, I'm being a lot more lenient. So I'm selling some stuff like Sony Walkmans. I'm buying at garage sales for like $1. Even some of them at Goodwill's I'm finding for $5, and I'm selling those for $20, $25. So that's a pretty low flip for electronics. But ideally, I'm trying to focus on above a $50 sell price. So my profit I'm looking for is a minimum of about $30 because I feel like that's worth my time to go and buy these things because I have to go do the driving. And I've already ran into the issue of I haven't sourced in a week. So that ran into the issue. I checked the PayPal account. I've got $700 that needs to be spent back into inventory.
Burn in a hole.
So I need to get out and source and spend that money. That's what this account is for, is I'm taking 100% of those profits and only putting it back in inventory for that account, not pulling that money out for anything else.
Yeah.
And I've already started thinking long-term of, I'm going to get to a point where we've got a couple $1,000s at the time to play with, and I can't just flip that into Goodwill's.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to start using that account to hire people to go out and source, which I think that's going to be a whole new dynamic to show on YouTube and to show on Instagram and documenting. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So for me to make it worth my time right now, I need to have at least like a $30, $40 profit for me to go and pick something up. And with that being said, I will not go drive because we're in a small town. So I have to drive for an hour to go meet people to pick stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, etc.
Yeah.
I never will drive for one product.
Right.
I just did a post on Instagram about this, and I'll probably do a dedicated YouTube video more about scheduling. But you've got to learn to work efficiently in this business. So don't pick something up like an iPod for $10 that you're going to sell for 50. Don't drive an hour each way just to make that flip. Like that goes straight into your gas, right? So what I do is right now it's once a week. I'm going to increase it to twice a week. Once a week, I'll hammer through Facebook Marketplace. And let me clarify, I'm hammering through Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp every day, but I'm scheduling pickups once a week. And I schedule them in the same general area within like 20 minutes of each other. And you guys should see my calendar I keep in my phone of these days. It's like boom,
intense.
boom, 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 boom. I'll do 8 to 10 pickups in one day. It only takes me a couple hours, and then I come back home and I've got at least like $500 to $600 profit sitting in my car.
Yeah.
So that's how I've been working efficiently, not wasting my time going out and driving for single pickups. Yeah. So, and that's just what I'm doing with Facebook Marketplace. You guys can think of ways to do that with online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, whatever your business model is. There's ways to stack, per se, different tasks to really be efficient with your time.
There is not a scanning app. Somebody asked if there was a scanning app for eBay. There's not one that's like scanning for Amazon, like Seller Central or Spotify, Scoutify, or any of these other
music on the
I
brain.
always say Spotify. So there is not a like third party or whatever app to scan things. It's just looking things up on the eBay app and filtering through sold to make sure that there is a market that that item has sold before in the last and this is in the 90-day period. They show what has sold. So anything later than 90 days won't show up.
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, home delivery is 3 days.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I just started messing around with that. I'm going to start checking that on every single thing I ship out.
I don't know about you, but I definitely charge a little higher on my item if I'm providing free shipping.
Yeah. Usually I always work that into the price.
Yeah.
Even too, you don't have to charge the full shipping. And what I mean by that is if you're going to sell something for $20 with free shipping, oh no, it's a bad example. If you're going to sell something for $20 and have $5 shipping, you could do $23 with free shipping. So you're not including the full shipping price, but it's enough to offset just a little bit by a few dollars.
Oh boy, I'm all lost here.
But yeah, I am doing free shipping and free returns on all the products. even the heavy ones. I'm only doing that because I want to build customer trust. I want this to be a higher quality eBay storefront for us, the electronics account. I don't want it to be just a bunch of junk stuff. So I'm spending actually a lot of extra time when I'm cleaning. And now I've recruited somebody to help us out. So we've got somebody that comes in once a week and helps us out with the electronics testing, prepping, and cleaning. And I want to make these things look amazing. I want that customer to open up the box and be impressed. So we're putting in a lot of extra time to make sure these things are clean, well tested, prepped properly, lots of padding and cushioning inside of the boxes so there's no chance of damage during transit. And then when they get the product, I want everything to be in perfect working order so it minimizes my chance of actually getting a return.
We are in the global shipping program in eBay, so we do ship internationally.
What's up, dude? What's this? Play-Doh.
I want to play over here.
You guys get to see firsthand daddy life right here. Is he allowed to play with this one?
Yes, he's allowed. Let's see.
Such a dad thing.
When
you
you
always
were-
have to confirm with the wife. Is he allowed to have this? Which color do you want?
Blue.
Let's see. When you're looking at the electronics, how do you estimate the cost of shipping while not knowing the exact weight? We've been doing this a little while, so we've gotten pretty good at estimating like 2 pounds across the country is about $10. USPS, like there's not a super great way when you're first starting out except for to just create the listing and put in the dimensions and see what it comes up on. Or you can also, I think you can put in Google like how much to ship a 10-pound item on FedEx. It'll give you like kind of a quick and whatever. It'll be quick, but it will give you an idea. But those printers the VCRs that you sent, those were like under $20.
Yeah, the furthest one, the most expensive was $24, but that went to Florida. We're up in Oregon, so that was like the most expensive it was going to be was $24.
Mm-hmm.
That's one method that I've used before, just kind of eyeball how much shipping is I'm in Oregon, so what I'll do is I'll take the weight and dimensions of an item and run an estimated shipping quote on what it would cost me to ship something to Florida. So you can run those quotes and all that ahead of time, even before you make the listing, just so you know how much to charge for shipping.
Yeah.
And like Trista said, a lot of it's just gonna be practice. You get real good at eyeballing stuff. Like half my electronics right now, I don't have to run an estimate on. I know what it's gonna cost to ship some of that stuff. Some of my items, especially if you get into like old school receivers. I've got one Denon. This thing is like 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even big. That's what shocked me. It's 30 pounds though.
Yeah.
That thing's going to cost me like $40 to ship, but I paid, how much did I pay for that one? I paid 70 and the sold listings were about 300. So I've got margin to work an extra shipping cost in that.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to actually love flipping the stuff that no one else likes to. Like no one likes to do big items or heavy items because they say, well, shipping eats into your profit. Okay, yes, but if your margins are big enough and even if I pay $50, $60, $70 on an item to ship it, if I'm still making $100 profit, like, okay, cool. And then some extra bubble wrap, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like $1 or $2 in bubble wrap. If your margins are there, I don't care how big something is, I'll ship it.
Canada Post charged this guy $23 to ship a VCR 4 hours away.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
No.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
That's no bueno.
Omar, we get our bubble wrap from
Can I
Amazon.
make a mess over here?
It ships in a giant, like, how big is our bubble wrap thing?
750 foot.
It's a lot of bubble wrap.
We got 4. Oh, I think, yeah, we're down to like 2, but it's a 750 foot bubble wrap. They're the 3/8 bubbles, which are the small ones. I actually completely forgot I was going to put in an order for the 1/2-inch bubbles. So the bigger bubbles, I was going to put in an order for those because they're
On Amazon or Uline?
Uline.
So we've bought bubble wrap on Amazon. Was the big one from Uline? No.
No, the big one was
The
just
big one was
Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. So we'll probably do the higher quality stuff through Uline, but Amazon's good.
Yeah, because I'm seeing I'm wasting a lot of bubble wrap when they're the super small thin ones. I have to wrap these VCRs and stuff so many times. So if you get the big thick ones, they're more expensive, but you're going to use less in the long run. So I'm just going to switch over and start doing that.
Yeah. This is an interesting question. What kind of mentoring did you go through when you started out?
I went through
0.
I went through buying stuff, trying to sell it, failing.
Yeah.
Buying more stuff, trying to sell it, failing.
There were a few people on YouTube at that point.
I was watching
Rakin.
Cody Hawk,
Yeah.
Rakin. Those were like the only two big guys at the time. There was no like YouTubers really. There was those two.
Yeah.
Facebook groups were kind of non-existent. There weren't like the Instagram world wasn't popular like it is now. There wasn't really a big community with it.
So crazy how 3 years everything's
really has.
changed
Last
so
3
much.
years, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we both did the same thing. Like we didn't take any mentoring, we didn't take a course. It literally was just wasting money on some bad buys and falling on our faces and then learning what to do and what not to do. That's why we're so hands-on with people.
Yeah.
I get asked all the time, what's the best way to start? Well, buy something, try to sell it, see what happens.
Yeah.
You'll see if it's in demand. You'll see what price point it sells for. It's just trial and error. You've got to just start somewhere. Go to a garage sale, go to a Goodwill, get real familiar with just typing in what the item is on eBay, hitting the sold button, and then seeing what prices are customers paying and how often are these selling. And then determine, well, can I buy this cheap enough to also pay for shipping and to have enough margin to consider it a profit?
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
It's mixing up.
I wish you guys can see the mess that's going on right now.
Making a mess.
Y'all want to see behind the scenes, right? This is Side Hustle Pros Live.
There, it's all mixed up.
Great.
This is what we're about right here. Is behind the scenes. You guys can see the real stuff.
All mixed up.
I mixed up all up.
I can see that, dude.
Okay. Let's see.
Now wait.
We mostly do buy it now on all of our eBay listings. However, I've started to do some auctions to move stale inventory, things that have just been sitting around way too long that I'm tired of looking at.
Which caused a pretty nice boost in your overall sales too, because that brought traffic in. What'd I miss? Oh, the podcast. That's awesome.
No, I don't think you might be on crack because we haven't talked about a podcast before.
Well, I don't think you were on the chat. I may at one point, like a month ago, mention I would love to start
with all the
my own little
time.
solo podcast, because I go on these little like mini rants and stuff, which I guess some people enjoy. So people have been asking if I would do a podcast, which I would love to, but
don't encourage him.
I would love to do that though. Just do a little like just like a morning 20-minute like podcast or something like that. I don't know. I don't have time for it right now, but yeah. I would love to, and it will happen. I just can't promise it right now.
Yeah, you guys, I'm so sorry. We didn't really realize that Wade from Wade's Ventures was also doing a live stream with Portland Pickers. So check that out.
They were at 6 though.
Oh. Well,
I confirmed because we never like to overlap with other people. We like to respect other people's time.
Right.
Yeah. So I made sure that they were at 6.
I thought they were at 7 too. Okay. So Tracy, we offer free returns. I will tell you, I don't enjoy this.
You don't have to enjoy it to do it.
Yeah. I'm not enjoying it. I did see, especially last month, a lot of returns, and I do primarily clothing. So people are more, flaky, I guess, about purchases with clothing. Like they can get it home and then realize, or, like try it on and be like, oh, I just don't like how this fit, or, just find some reason not to like it. And then if I'm offering free returns, it's like, well, what's the hesitation on returning it? You haven't gotten any returns, but also Hard goods, you just almost never get.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten any return requests.
Electronics, though, just knowing some other big electronic players.
Yeah.
I'm expecting returns on the electronics account, but so far out of 23 orders, we have not had any returns yet. And that's why I wanted to do that electronics only account. I'm going to share every return that happens, like every negative thing that happens and good thing that happens on that account. I'm going to post it on the Instagram side.
Yeah.
My point of doing that was to document, and documenting means transparency. So if I get returns, if I get bad feedback, like all that stuff, I'm going to post. I don't, aside from sharing my bank info, like I want to post everything I can on that account for you guys to show you firsthand what it takes to build $100 into 10K and then beyond that.
Yeah.
Solely on electronics.
We do not buy from China and sell on eBay or Amazon. So we can't really talk about stuff we don't know. What's the longest sales history for an item do you consider for reselling? So they only show you on eBay the last 90 days. So anything later, like longer than that, it won't show up anyway. If there's
that one over there,
if there's even a couple of comps in 90 days, a 90-day period, that's kind of enough. If they're not coming up at all, then that's a good indication that it's not a great item. Let's see.
Is his toy way too loud? Can you guys hear that? I never know how much this microphone can pick up.
Oh, this is a good one. Any advice on selling a Rock Band drum set?
Yes, sold several of those and the guitars. Huge margins in those guys if you're willing to put in the little bit of extra work with them. The drum sets, what I do is I, of course, test them first, and that gives me an excuse to play more video games, which is always a good thing. But what you want to do is each of those drum sets can break down into individual pieces, and you basically just go through and bubble wrap each of those. And then I just find a good sized box. Typically, I'll have to mummy or Frankenbox one of those, and I go FedEx Smart Post. And that usually has been the cheapest route that I've found. And you can also sell those on Amazon too. So what you do is you do the same method, bubble wrap, put it in a box, and then you put your FBA label on the box, also with another sticker or label that says sold as set, do not separate, because you don't want an Amazon employee to check that box in and then open it up thinking the product's inside. That box you put it in is what's going to go to the actual customer that way. Let me scroll back up. I could do a podcast while I list. I really want to do the podcast. Really want to. We've got a super crazy week this week. Am I allowed to say? Starting tomorrow. So you guys will see it on the vlog. We're going to get this next week's vlog up on Monday or Tuesday. We actually are packing up and moving to a new office space again. So it's the same building. This is a giant building, but they sublet out. And we had a spot to open up, same building around the corner. And it's a way better setup for what we want, because our current setup, I'll just show you guys our current setup. How do I explain this? It's a 1,000 square foot bay. So you guys know the typical like front bay door that opens up and it's just one big bay. But whoever was in here before us, they built out walls. So it's like 3 rooms. So back there is all of our eBay inventory. This is our main office. And then in there is our prep and shipping room. So our new spot that opened up for us, which we're super pumped to start moving in. We signed the lease yesterday. We get our keys tomorrow. We get to start moving in. So we're going to vlog that whole transition. But yeah, the setup is going to be sweet. Still 1,000 square feet. It's more of a square, and it's a big open floor plan rather than being walled off like this. Mm-hmm. And there's a little loft that has an extra 500 square feet. So that's where we get to store all of our eBay stuff. So our eBay stuff's going to be out of the way, which is great because I don't like seeing all the clutter in the bins. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's happening tomorrow, which we've been We've known about it for like 6 weeks, and we've just literally been sitting here just waiting.
Like, waiting.
I had to leave the office twice today, and both times I drive by and I see them unpacking, and I'm like, ah. So tomorrow we're gonna move in, which is fun. So yeah, with moving all of this, the idea of a podcast it's just gonna stay an idea for now.
Kids are welcome at the meetup on Saturday.
Yeah, it's just gonna be in a park. So yeah, there's no alcohol, unfortunately, allowed at the park. Doesn't mean we can't sneak away and find something though. We should get frisbees.
Frisbee.
We should get some frisbees. It'll be fun. I haven't played with a frisbee in so long.
I'm so lost. You guys, I'm so sorry. We're just trying to scroll here.
This is real life. Real life is what you get on this channel. I got Play-Doh everywhere right now.
Do you think you'll adapt that to wholesale shipping bigger items no one else wants to deal with?
Yes.
If there's margin for it,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Also,
Here's
yes.
why. The more I sell stuff that no one else wants to, the more money I'll make because no one else wants to do it. I've sold vacuum cleaners. This one was too big to sell on Amazon or eBay, but I bought a Disney princess carousel thing. It was like the box was massive. It was probably 70 or 80 pounds. I bought it from Walmart for $99 and I sold it on Facebook Marketplace the next day for $250. I'll sell stuff that people don't like to sell. It's more for me.
Who do you watch on YouTube?
Who do I watch on YouTube? Roots.
Yeah.
I watch Reezy. I watch Rakin.
All
Wade.
the R's.
Oh, those are all ours. All the R's. There's no one I don't watch.
Resell Rabbit.
Yeah, Resell Rabbit. Love his freaking video. Did you see that video he did?
Mm-hmm.
He did Amazon pallet unboxing. Then someone shared it somewhere big. It got 3 million views in like a day or two. It was crazy. I really I consume everybody, and it's usually when I'm at the gym because I spend an hour and a half in the gym most days. And I don't watch most of the time, but it's in my pocket when I'm lifting, and I have the audio going. But I watch everybody just because I love watching different people, especially people that are doing stuff that I know nothing about, because it's how I'm learning. Right? If I can gain a foundation of knowledge about something from watching and hearing other people do it, then when I go out to garage sales or I go out to thrift stores or anything like that, I'll remember some of these things that they said and then have a little bit more, what's the word I'm thinking? I'll be more comfortable stepping into something new, like clothing. I know not much about clothing, but like when we watch The Roots and I'll hear Ryan drop like a men's clothing brand and then I see it in a store, I'm like, oh yeah, Ryan picked this out. Let me look up the comps real quick. Yeah. So that's why I love watching a huge variety of people. Craigslist Hunter too. Yeah. Pete's awesome.
Let's see. As far as the eBay hold for your funds, I think you do have to wait the full 21 days.
You do.
They don't budge on that.
I heard that once somebody told me this, I haven't tried it. Once something is delivered, you can call PayPal and they might release it. I haven't tried it myself though. But yeah, the hold has been a pain in the butt because I'm trying to only source with the money that's in that account. And I'm not allowing myself to tap into like Amazon money or personal money or anything like that. I'm only using that PayPal account for the electronics to source more electronics. So when I've got a hold, like right now there's, I don't remember how much. There's a couple $100 on hold right now, and I've got like 400 that's available. So I've got almost $700 I need to go spend. But if it's on hold, I mean, I'm playing it by the rules here. I can't go source. That's been tough.
I just started doing Posh about a month ago. Small Town Hustle. So far I like it. This week has been a crazy week for us. So I haven't done, I think I've shared my closet like 3 times in 4 days, like really bad. So I need to get back on that train, but, I started getting some consistent sales before that. So I just need to keep working at it and keep listing. Great. Man, we've got a lot of new resellers. It's very exciting.
I love it. I would rather. This brings up the topic. Sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
Real quick. This brings up the topic of these trolls that comment and be like, it's because of YouTubers. So many people are coming into reselling and saturating the market, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what? These guys are going to start reselling anyways. They might as well watch people with good information and learn how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. So I love when we see people like this. We just bumped into somebody yesterday that recognized us in the grocery store. The kid's 16.
And he's already flipping
and
stuff.
He saw the Ross video that I did,
Yeah.
and he lives here in town. He ran into us. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are Side Hustle Pros. I got to tell you about this real quick." He created an eBay account the day he saw that video, and he started selling sneakers, and he's already made his first sales. I'm like, dude,
it's awesome.
16. Can you imagine if we knew this stuff at 16?
Crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
I love new resellers. I just love it.
Cool. So we do have a VIP group that Charles and I host. It is on Facebook. It is a closed group. We have a few spots available, I think.
There's probably, I haven't ran the numbers in a while. There's probably like 30 slots open. I haven't pushed it.
So it's a closed group, very, very, very new reseller friendly. Yeah. You could do a podcast while you list. I feel like that will end in error on one side or the other. I'm not sure which.
Why do you say that? Wow. I've hosted a podcast years ago about fitness and mindset, and I just remember it was extra time to have to sit there and like edit the intro in and the outro and then post it to, I forgot what the service was. There's a service you upload it to, and then it distributes it to iTunes and the other platforms.
Yeah.
I will be doing one. I would actually really love that as like my own little personal thing. All in due time.
Yeah, Poshmark is no returns, and I'm totally digging that. How do you tell high selling items on eBay? Just look up the comps. If you have a good gut feeling about something, just look it up. If you don't know about something, look it up. I can't tell you how many hours we spent in the beginning just learning brands, learning items, learning, like there's all this stuff to learn about just electronics alone. So just look up a model number or a brand and just start going. It really is going to take hours and hours of learning, but it's so worth the investment, the time investment.
Yep.
And you can listen to us and all these other YouTubers talk about what we sell, but at the end of the day, like, you're not going to have all those brands in your head until you start just actually putting in the time to go out to a store, put them in your phone, look up the comps, and just keep learning that way. It's the best way to do it.
What she said. Scroll back up. This is
hey, Jacob and Erica are on. The Portland Pickers.
Got Portland Pickers up in the house.
Hey, you guys. I missed your Wade's venture. They're hysterical, lovely people, you guys. You should definitely be on their Instagram.
This is the one you answered. VIP.
It was actually up.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else had it.
Yeah, so VIP, quick rundown, $20 a month. And you guys, I'm not a marketer. I'm not going to sit here and like plug all this like upsell stuff. Like, here's the details. It's $20 a month. If you want to get into a tight knit community that, we all know the big Facebook groups that are out there, they're super saturated, diluted with information, lots of people, lots of flies on the wall. If you want an actual engaged group, and we don't allow more than 250 members in there, that's the one to be into. And then we also produce extra content in that group too. So we do a Wednesday night hangout, which is everyone gets to be on video, not just us on video, but everyone's on video. We keep you guys accountable. Actually, tomorrow, August 1st, we're going to be doing accountability push.
I'm so excited for August.
So this is going to be the closest thing to mentoring that we offer right now. is that accountability push that starts tomorrow. So we have you set your goals. We hold you accountable to it. We do weekly check-ins, all that fun stuff. Trista does live listings. So she does her screen share.
Occasionally we get work done, but we just talk a lot.
It's a fun time though. So Trista does live eBay listings once a week.
We get work.
I'm going to be going on a big video kick inside of that group. So I'm going to be doing a lot of Facebook lives in there just for the group. So lots of fun stuff. I was looking for the question. Somebody asked earlier, what is the new challenge eBay store name? I am making public. So you guys can go browse and see the listings and all that kind of stuff. It's SHP for Side Hustle Pros, SHP Tech, TECH, SHP Tech. Super easy. And I was on the fence because we don't share our other store stuff publicly. I was on the fence if I was going to share. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be as transparent as I physically can with this account. The good, the bad, the ugly, all that fun stuff. So I'm putting it all out there. So if you guys want to go check it out, you can. So you guys can see how I'm taking my photos, and you'll see I don't do stuff fancy. Like my descriptions need a lot of work. I copy and paste the title and put it into the description and center align it. Like that's how fancy I go. So I need to get a lot better at doing my descriptions and improving on that too. So you guys get to see how I'm learning, because I'm kind of feeling like I'm a newbie on eBay too, because Trista's always ran the eBay account. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning as I go too. What do you need, bud? Pretzels? Yeah. You gotta say hi to the people first. No. Where's your pretzels at?
I'm so tired.
Where's your pretzels at? You say hi, YouTubes? See, look, they're talking to you right there. What's that word say?
They say hi, Titus.
Can you read the chat? What's it say?
Yeah, Peggy just pays for friends. We always tease her about that.
Pays for friends. Can you see your hand? Your knuckles. High five. Knuckles. Knuckles. High five. Knuckles, high five.
Let's see. You guys, we're gonna hurry up and finish.
Are they over here?
Okay, Charles, what do you use for inventory management? Do you use a specific SKU system or keep track of the category of the item?
Custom SKU.
So we just use the custom SKU.
Try one. It's chocolate.
Sorry, you guys. And then we have a Excel spreadsheet to track all of the expenses and profit.
Go ahead. Yeah, so custom SKU on eBay, I'm doing abbreviations. So GW is Goodwill, TS is thrift store, GS is garage sale, and then Facebook Marketplace is FBM. Mm-hmm. Offer up is OU, and then I put hyphen and what the price was. So like GW 10. So I spent $10 at Goodwill for that item. So that's how I'm tracking. And then once a week, typically Sunday nights, as I'm trying to get in the habit of Sunday night, I'll sit down on Monday morning and I'll pull the report from eBay for my solds. And then I can copy and paste those columns into my own Excel sheet. So that's how I'm accurately tracking all that.
Yeah.
And I'm posting all like the spreadsheet and all of that information. I'm posting it on that Instagram account. So you guys can see the exact breakdown of the PayPal fees, the eBay fees, all that stuff that goes into it. How much I'm paying for shipping on each item is in there. I also posted that inside of the last video I just did for the update.
This is exciting. Mark is moving into a storage unit tomorrow, 10 by 15. Any suggestions?
Nice.
Get organized
systems.
If you can.
Get a nice system of like this. I mean,
that's a horrible example of a good system.
But okay, that's not organized, but that is our drop off.
Yeah, that's like we found these at Goodwill or at the garage sale. We drop them off so we can clean them.
So that's like our current system. That's drop off. It's not organized, but that's our drop off. So we have a system. It's just not organized.
It's not pretty right now.
So that's our drop off. And then next shelf over, you can't see it, but in our prep room, next shelf and table is going to be prep. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm literally prepping and cleaning all my electronic stuff. And then from there, we have a photo station inside of there and to the right of us. Mm-hmm. So that we have like a little system, but that's like the number one thing you can do. And especially with the 10 by 15, you're going to be tight on space after a while. So you really need to just get a good flow going for yourself.
See if you can find some taller shelves, like taller than the 6-foot ones that are kind of standard, and just utilize whatever space you can.
Somebody said Anchor is a podcast app.
I know, I just saw that.
Does that make it easy?
Miguel, this is a good
Might be
question,
starting.
actually. Is it better to go to thrifts or to go to stores like Ross? And I assume that you mean when you're first starting out. That is totally up to you and what you like to do. If you hate being in a thrift store, you're probably not going to love looking for stuff in a thrift store. So
That's true.
find stuff that you like. Charles has he's a super nerd. He loves these electronics. He is.
It's paying our bills. Why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying he loves
At
electronics.
least I'm not playing
so
video
it's not-
games as much as I used to.
That's true.
My 12 hours a night video game habit. That's not how you build a business.
Yeah. Yeah. So find something that you want to sell that you love to do. I like clothes and I like photographing clothes. I don't love cleaning clothes, but there's certain stuff that you're not going to love, but find stuff that you like to do. If you like to be in a thrift store, go that route. If you like being in Ross or Marshall's, go that route. If you don't like any of those things, find something else that works for you. Just make sure that you like it, because it will get hard as you go. You're going to get burnt out or bored, and it's going to become not like a job, but kind of like a job.
It'll feel like a job. Yeah.
Sometimes
if you're doing
it's
stuff
like,
you don't
I don't feel like doing this right now. I don't, the high does wear off after a while. So find stuff that you genuinely like to sell, and go there.
And the second piece to that is learn to outsource the stuff that you either don't like or the stuff that you're wasting time on.
Yeah.
Like if you can really
if you can afford to outsource.
if you can really focus on the stuff that, one, affects your bottom line the most, and two, you enjoy the most. If you could just focus on those two things, like you're game.
Hidden stash. At what point should a new reseller register a small business? So state to state, it's different. We are LLC.
But they're asking at which point. I can't answer that for you. You'll just know. I mean, talk to a CPA that's local to you.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be benefits to having an LLC at one point. There's benefits to turning into a corp. There's benefits at different points, and that's only something you and your CPA can talk about because it's state by state. It varies. I know several really, really big sellers that they're still sole proprietor. It's there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just what's going to work out best for you. A lot of questions like this, unfortunately, the answer is it depends. Like that's kind of just the truth of it. It depends on your specific situation and your goals. Like if you don't want to be a big seller, you really don't have much benefit in turning into an LLC or a corp. I think there's a lot of benefits in it personally, but again, at the end of the day, you need to talk to your local CPA about that.
Yeah. I just
Somebody
saw.
said they'll bring pretzels. I didn't see who it was though.
Probably Marvin. Let's see. Where did it go? New reseller here from small town of 2,200 in New Hampshire. Thanks for the content.
That's awesome.
You feel our pain, right? Like it's hard to source in small towns. You have to get creative for sure.
That's a good question.
Yes, our Disney trip in April is still happening.
I would love to do. We're going to be
Meetup
there.
will be happening.
We're going to be there for 3 days.
4
days. So I would love to do like a Disneyland meetup. I think that would be epic. Like a bunch of us in Disneyland just having a blast. I think that'd be amazing. So if you want to get the Disneyland dates, I'll make an official. I should make an official Facebook event page for this. Message me, Chaz@sidehustlepros.com. My email, Chaz@sidehustlepros.com. Email me that you want to be on the Disney list, and we'll do an epic meetup down there. Portland Pickers.
Oh,
they're the ones that bring the pretzels. That's amazing.
Let's see. So my sell through on eBay, Jacob, or Erica. I'm not sure who's on here.
Yeah,
But-
there's always one like
Yeah.
main person. Like I'm the main person behind the Side Hustle Pros social.
Yeah,
So,
I'm never on
which
the
one is
social
it?
stuff. Anyway, my sell-through rate was kind of poopy at the beginning of the summer.
Is that your official term for
It's my official. It's getting better though. I ran some auctions. I've been listing more hard goods, which I feel like is key for summer. As
really
for
is.
us at least. Last summer we actually grew. Our eBay store was better than
I
ever.
think we close to doubled
Yeah.
towards the end of the summer. We close to doubled our sales versus the beginning of the summer because we switched over. We didn't do any clothing and we went hard on just hard goods, garage
Yeah.
sales.
Anything we found at a garage sale went immediately onto eBay.
Yeah.
So that was great.
And that's even, I mean, that's what we've been doing this year too. We've only missed one Friday
Hmm.
because we were prepping that big shoe load.
Yeah.
But we've done every Friday since I want to say like the beginning of June or like late May.
Hmm.
We haven't missed a beat.
Yeah. And as far as like our listing has definitely not gotten heavier. We're, if anything, it's slower than it normally is just because our summers are busy and we're also trying to enjoy the Northwest when it's not raining. And so our listing, my listing definitely has slowed down. But yeah, I feel like we're on an upswing with summer kind of almost ending. So
I've been having a blast with my summer. I have
Yeah.
not put like I haven't put these big external goals on myself that's going to keep me here in the office all day, every day, because we only get three to 4 solid months of summer here in the Northwest. So I come in for, 6 hours on average per day is about what my workload is right now because
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the summer. We worked our butts off last summer. That's why we grew so well, but we didn't have a life. Like
Yeah.
that's a whole different side of business that no one likes to talk about. Like we didn't have a life when we were working 10, 12 hours a day, every day. We didn't
Yeah.
take days off. I think we did like 1 or 2 hiking trips, 1 beach day. Like we didn't live last summer.
yeah.
So this summer I'm like, you know what? I'm going day by day, just living.
Yeah.
That's my mindset. The last couple months of summer here, I'm going to keep growing my business the best that I can, but I'm not going to stress myself over numbers right now. I'm here to live. That's what I'm focusing on.
Wholesale.
Wholesale course I recommend. There is a new one I'm going to be highly recommending, the only one I'm going to be recommending, and that drops September 1st. You need to email me if you want information on that because it's not dropped yet. It's going to be very, very in-depth, and it's going to be the best one out there. So if you want information on that to get on the wait list for that, then just email me, chaz@sidehustlepros.com. And it's CHAZ, by the way. Half of my inbox starts with, "Hey, Chad." Not a bad thing. I know it's easily confused, but CHAZ, not D. But chaz@sidehustlepros.com. You can get the information on that.
Yep. Oh, no.
I would love to do Disney World instead, but it's on the other coast. I don't feel like flying out to Florida right now. Which one are you looking at?
I'm just trying to figure out
Oh,
where I'm at.
benefits of turning into a corpse. I guess it would sound like that. Please don't
That's
turn
so
into
funny.
please no one turn into a corpse.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't sell on Instagram. We should clarify. We don't sell on the platform. We just document what we're doing on Instagram. I know that there are people out there who sell, but
Yeah, we've never sold
anything on
unless
Instagram.
somebody has like, and there's people that have, I know some of them have, unless people have like found our storefront and then went through and just naturally and organically bought something. We have
Yeah.
never sold anything directly to an Instagram person. I will actually back up. I did sell one pair of boots. It was Nike boots to Richard in our
Oh, yeah.
VIP.
Oh, right.
I was wrapping shoes because you guys know I like to do stretch wrap. I was wrapping shoes on Instagram Live one time. And I had these size 15, they were awesome looking, like tactical looking boots.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to the Instagram people on there, and I said, these are probably going to sit for a while. And Richard was like, hey, I'll buy them. So I sold them to him. But that's the only actual like Instagram sale that we've done. Ooh, Dr. Holiday. Phone just dinged with a $130 eBay return. Sadly, it's the name of the game. We were just talking about that too, so that's super ironic.
Boo.
I don't use any templates for eBay. I would like to actually get a solid looking template that I can just reuse on all my listings. I would like to do that.
Templates are hard though, because if your categories change, then the whole template changes. So
yeah. It'd work for the electronics one.
I do use the templates for clothing, but I have like pants, coats, just like specific categories. I don't use them so much anymore because I find that I can bulk list way faster. So if you do the drop down and choose multiple listings, then you can hammer out, like 20 listings, and I just changed the categories there. So
Richard, got to get those size 15s anywhere I can. That was hilarious.
Okay, you guys, we are past the hour. Thank you for coming. You're the bestest. If you are interested, we are going to host that resellers meetup on Saturday. We're very excited.
Barbecue style.
So if you are coming, if you could please reach out to either Charles or I, just so that we know how many people to plan for. We will be providing the food, but we just need to make sure we have enough. So, yay.
Awesome. If you enjoy the content, show some love to the thumbs up button. It does help us out, but thank you guys for tuning in. We know that you've got plenty of other people you can watch, plenty of other things you can be doing, but you guys take time to sit here and watch the videos. We got like our core group of people that are here every single week and watching these. So I know that we appreciate you guys so much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great night, you guys.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.